And good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the last Monday of the year. It's kind of wild to say out loud. Last Monday of the year. How is everybody doing today, folks? It's your first time here, long time here. I need to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and what the weather is like in your area, along with five things. What are five things that you are going to accomplish today? Now, I know this is a weird week, between Christmas and New Year's, and I know a lot of people still aren't working, which is congrats to you. It's a short week for us on paper. We're only working 2.5 days today, tomorrow, and then half day on Wednesday, and then off half day Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, Friday. So trying to cram as much in as we can at the beginning of the week. So hey, who's there with it? Now, with that, what are we talking today? We're going to talk about your business in one sentence. It's kind of some fun goal setting. Motivating, not in any kind of to heavy things. It's uh, it's December 29th. We've lived an entire year, and you're allowed to breathe, right? So we're not wanting to drag things into January, and we're not wanting to just be confused of what we're doing. It's more about clarity without pressure. Momentum without the hustle. Direction without the weight of that 45-step plan. Because let's be honest, most of us don't fail because of lack of ideas, because we're full of them. It's To me, we fail because we're overwhelmed because we're trying to go too many directions at once. So today, we're gonna try something deceptively simple and just defining your 2026 business in one sentence. One sentence that you can remember on that bad day. One sentence that helps make the decisions easier for you when your brain is tired, and one sentence that just feels really supportive instead of demanding. That's it. Nothing wild and crazy today. Now, it was rough. It was a rough, good weekend. We finished up holiday stuff. We finished that up yesterday. Uh, you know, the 2 minute bears did not pull it off this time, but hey, they were close. So it is what it is. It was gorgeous weather yesterday. It is freezing today, wind nonstop. Good morning, Renee from snowy Chicago. When I woke up yesterday, it was 51. When I woke up today, it was 16. Water in the bottle, feet on the treadmill, running a little behind. Eh, that's what this week is, right? Yeah, I went up this morning and I'm like, it looks like part of the hot tub's open. Yep. And I'm like, oh, it's like I think it was hot, but how long had that been open for? Good times there. It wasn't open at midnight last night when I took the dog out. So yeah, it's cold, windy, just not good. Thinking of me and Jerry specifically for the no overthinking, possibly. Barb, good morning to you, North Minnesota. -1 and sunny. Rehab Monster in the cup. Ooh, that's a new one for you, Barb, I think. Five things: finish laptop setups, work on filament storage, Willcom 2026 setup, January 26 job scheduling, and 3D printing. Barb's got a great day ahead of her. And Sharon, good morning to you from Dallas. It was 85 yesterday, now 33. Should reach 45. Yeah, everybody got pounded with the cold, it sounded like. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. Except Chuck. He's sunny in Florida with a high of 76 today. Dipping in the mid 20s tonight, though. Yeah, it'll be cold, right? Everybody's getting whacked with this. And Barb says that the shop closed until January 5th, but there's lots to do for the business, reevaluation, what I need to change, cleaning, etc. Right? That's a great time to do it right now. And Barb says, yep, did I get that? Yeah, closed, reevaluation, what I need to change there. Keith, good morning to you from the sunny Space Coast there in Florida. Jeff, good morning. 50-degree difference from yesterday. Right now, 23. Nothing to drink. Five things. Finished acrylic labels. Calculate wood needed. Laser some leather. Not a bad day there. I got a peach Celsius that I'm rocking. That's what I got there. And I think I'm gonna go grab some leftovers from yesterday. I have those pretty quick because we got a busy day from here. Barb, what's your filament storage setup? Hi, Renee. Hi, Jeff. Morning, Jeff. Morning, Barb and Renee. I ran a text. Top three now. Good job, Lily. Good morning, yay. Good morning to you. And Barb said, Renee, I 3D printed most of it. I have to add PVC for the door slides to hold the filament. I got the files from Make It World. I post a link in the Discord under lasers. There we go. Left the north and now in Florida. It's almost 75 till tomorrow, right? until tomorrow, right? And that's what we're here. That's what we're hearing. Amy, good morning to you. And yes, Chuck, I'm with you. Sorry, 3D printing. 60 degrees in South Texas. Super cold for us. What is it? What's the feels like outside temperature right now for us? Because if you think 60 is cold, I will tell you right now that it is 15, but it feels like -3 outside, and we still are under a wind advisory. Yeah, that's looking great. What are we getting out of this anytime soon? No. Yeah, highs in the 20s, lows in the teens and single digits. Yeah, we're in this for a while. Welcome to winter. Welcome to winter. Thanks, Barrel. Take a look. Linda, 43 in Texas, back up to 80 next weekend. Not bad, not bad. 60s is frigid. 60s is still shorts and flip flops weather up north. I will tell you that for sure. All right. Our five things. Man, we've got orders. We got orders still rocking and rolling. Thank you for those. We're getting those out. There's between today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, we're having shipments come in. Not sure what's in those shipments, but should be samples of new things that we're carrying, new rhinestones. If those new rhinestones come in today or tomorrow, there's a possibility if they come in today, there's a good possibility that we can show them off on tomorrow's Tuesday with Todd. And if they show up tomorrow, there's a slight possibility. It just depends on the time that they get here. But those are coming in, so we got that stuff. We've got orders to pull. Two orders to finish up this year. So we want to get those done before Wednesday. So there'll be a full production day today and tomorrow on things. And then we've also got just like kid stuff. Like we scheduled it because they're off school. So we have another foot appointment for Hattie. Let's see how that turns. We've got batting for Hudson and planning. We're doing a lot of planning on what we've got going on for this. We got a meeting tonight at 4 to go over stuff. So we're in it there to it. So what do you say? We just get right into this. Number one, let's one sentence, just one sentence. Why are we doing it? Because one sentence creates focus without creating the pressure. When you really try to plan everything at once, what happens? Nothing actually sticks. You get excited, you write a list, you feel productive for what, 12 minutes, and then real life shows up. Phone rings, email comes in, press is making noise, something smells. Uh-oh, what's going on? you know Real life just shows up on it. That single sentence forces you to kind of zoom out and decide what actually matters instead of what just sounds impressive for you. Now, this sentence, it isn't about what you'll launch or how fast you'll grow. It's really about how you want your business to operate and how you want to feel. How you want to feel inside of it. You know, um, that distinction really does matter because the year it gets noisy, right? There's a lot that goes on. So, do you really need more goals when you're doing this, or do you just need a filter? The good sentence, it's not going to add pressure. It just removes options that don't align with it. So, some examples of this is a maker chose calmer, cleaner, more confident. That was it, and used it to stop adding products just because the competitors were doing it. Another one chose predictable income, predictable schedule, which immediately changed how she handled customer requests. So, for this action step, we just need you to write one sentence that describes how you want your business to feel by this time next year. You know, not what you want it to earn, not how many customers you want to have, not how much growth or in that. We just want one on how you want your business to feel this time next year. All right. Now, on to the next one as we go in here with this. I clicked the wrong button. And where'd you go? Where'd you go, sir? There it is. You're back. You're back. You're back. You're back. There you guys are. All right. Number two. Number two. The sentence, it should describe the vibe, not the hustle. If your sentence sounds like it belongs in, a grind culture poster, I can be that way. Probably really isn't serving you. You know, work harder. push more, finally get serious. Those aren't directions. They're pressure disguised as motivation. And what about you? A lot of us, we already carry enough pressure. So instead, think about the energy that you want to bring into your business. How do you want your day to feel? What do you want to feel like when you open your inbox, when you quote a job? And most importantly, what do you want to feel like at the end of the workday? Your sentence should feel grounded, should feel reassuring, like something can actually live inside, not something that you have to chase. So, some examples of this is, a decorator chose focused, repeatable, sustainable. And that was after realizing that the novelty stuff was just exhausting her. Another one landed on clear offers, calm communication, because their stress came from over explaining and over promising. So for this, say your sentence out loud. If it makes sense, or if it makes your shoulders tense, rewrite it. All right. Number three, you know, one sentence. One sentence is just way easier to use than a long goal list. Now, long goal lists do tend to disappear the moment life gets busy. That single sentence that sticks around because it doesn't require a whole lot of effort to remember. It becomes something that you naturally check in with when decisions come up. When those last minute requests hit your inbox, that sentence, quietly asks, "Does this fit?" When you're tempted to add a new product line, it asks, "Is this aligned with what I want to do?" And when you're tired and unsure, it really does remind you what you're building toward. Now, this is how you make better decisions without constantly second guessing yourself. So another example is, the maker used fewer customs, stronger systems. And that was to finally stop taking work that she hated doing. Another one, chose confident pricing, calm boundaries, and just stopped apologizing in quotes. So once we have our sentence, we need to put it somewhere where we'll see it monthly, weekly, daily, up in a planner, a notes app, workspace wall, right above your computer. Put it where you can see that easily. All right. Now, before we get back into 4 and 5, let's check back in. Yeah, 60 is frigid. I would die. Too cold for the South Texans. Oh, wait till we get to like -30s. That's what's coming. Heat wave here, 18 feels like 2. Yeah, it is a heat wave there, isn't it? Not too far from us. Morning, Linda. Morning, all from Mary Alice. I want to feel calm. You're allowed to. You should. You should. You should absolutely feel calm, happy and proud. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Happy and proud. Okay. Now, this one, number 4. Your sentence your sentence is allowed to be boring, right? You know, not every meaningful goal sounds exciting. Yeah, some of the most powerful shifts sounds boring on paper. And that's a good sign, right? Boring often means stable. Stable means consistent. And consistency is what actually changes your business over time. If your sentence wouldn't impress strangers but feels deeply right to you, you're doing it right. This isn't branding. It's alignment. You're choosing what you want your business to support, not just what looks good online. You know, Peaceful businesses, they don't need some crazy flashy language. Some examples of this is, Maker chose no surprises, no scrambling, and built her year, around better lead times. Another one shows same money, less stress, and intentionally stop chasing growth just to be growing. So for this, let yourself really choose a sentence that prioritizes ease over excitement. All right. Now, number 5, as we wrap all this up and come to the end here, the sentence is a direction. It's not a contract. And this matters. So hear it clearly. You are not locking yourself into anything forever. All right? Let me say that again. You are not locking yourself into anything forever. This sentence, it's just a compass, not a cage. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to adjust. You're allowed to realize something new halfway through the year. Hello, we bought TRW in 2025. I guarantee that was not on our stuff at the beginning of the year. What matters is having a starting direction instead of drifting in 2026, reacting to everything that just shows up. That sentence, that sentence gives you something to come back to when things feel chaotic, even if all of the words to it change later. You know, some examples of this is a maker started with simple offers, stronger boundaries, and then refined it mid-year without guilt. Another one, changed one word in her sentence after a priority shifted and felt relief instead of failure. So just write your sentence knowing that it can evolve and that is growth, not weakness. So as we go through all this, how are we going to start the year without pressure, right? Well, we don't need, a 12-month master plan today. We don't need to reinvent ourselves today. We don't need to know every step of every day the rest of 20 or all of 2026 today. You know what we need today? We just need direction. We need direction that feels supportive instead of heavy. And one sentence can do that. So, heading the new year, let this just be enough for now. We'll work on other stuff later as the year unfolds. Let clarity come before the complexity of everything. Let alignment come before ambition. And let your business grow in a way that actually fits your life, not the one that burns us out trying to impress people that we don't even know. What we're going to do is we're going to build the right business for us at the right time. Now, that's what we have for you. Messages, comments, questions, throw those in here. This week, we will be doing this Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yes, this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, because because the holiday, same and stuff with it. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about metrics, right? We're going to talk about metrics and what actually mattered this year, because a lot of our stuff, you know, some of ours were up, some of ours were down, some of ours just wasn't around. So, it is what it is. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. Let's get back in here. Morning, Linda. Jamie, hello to you. Typical Chicago weather, right? Just wait a day and everything changes, because that's how it is. And that's what we get with it. All right. We're gonna wrap this up so you guys can get to work. Mentorship call. We'll start that here at 9:30 today. We'll get in there, we'll get that. I don't think I have anything else new to show over on that side of stuff. Tuesday with Todd tomorrow night. We're gonna do, I think we're doing Valentine's Day shirt. Yeah, Valentine's Day shirt. We've got new stuff, Valentine's stuff to add to the site. So that'll be getting there. I know there's going to be at least 5 designs coming up this week before we're headed out. So, those that are in the that you're in the Wizard subscription, your credits will be good towards those. And if you haven't signed up for it, you only have like 3 days left, 29, 30, 31. 3 days left to sign up for the $29.99 a month Wizard 2026 Pro, and we still receive your credits. So make sure to do that. Now, with that, everybody have an amazing day. We're going to get out of here so we can keep on with it. Until next time, peace, love, press on, and we